Hi, I'm Doggone. Welcome back to Spain, circa 1715. We've been busy. Don't remember exactly what we talked about last time, but we've been working on a minor war. We went to war with Brittany, and took a few provinces and then vassaled Brittany. We were able to basically take away the provinces that Brittany had taken from France, and then now Brittany is our vassal. With great attitude towards us, and can actually be annexed within just about 1 year, in August 1716. It's going to cost a lot of Diplo power, and we had a bad thing happen. We had a great heir to the throne who died. She died. Our king was in his 50s, and our heir apparent, who was like 445 in her ratings, died. Or 454 or something like that. She was in her 40s. She succumbed to illness. So, fortunately, the succession, we produced another heir, but he's not good for much except military. He's really bad at diplomacy, and that has really slowed down. A couple of things just completely brought our diplomatic growth to a halt. And I went and basically went and found better. And I'm paying big bucks for better advisors, and we can afford it. It's our income is very good, very good. We've been paying a lot of big bucks for buildings that give us income, steady income. So that's good. However, we're saving the diplomatic tech, and we'll go ahead and spend this military tech as soon as we can. But we're saving the diplomatic tech. Rather than going to tech level 20, I'm going to be using it for these annexations that are about to come up. We've just finished aristocratic ideas. We finished diplomatic ideas. And so all these 6 ideas are unlocked. This is something I don't think I've talked about much. I first started off with economic ideas because my goal with Spain was to build the treasury and to build the income base. And that worked out very well. My second step was weird. I went for humanist ideas just because that's what I am. I'm a hippie, and just wanted to have some fun. Religious unity, tolerance, reducing unrest, increasing tolerance, diminishing years of nationalism, accepting more cultures, just being a big old bleeding heart liberal hippie like I am. So I went for humanist ideas, and it's worked out. It's quelled unrest. But it's an unusual choice for Spain. The third thing I went for, both of those you see were admin type ideas, and that really slowed down my admin tech growth. And so, as you can see now, I'm caught up. I'm up to speed. In fact, I'm at the head of the game in tech growth. Ooh, a constitutional republic. That'll be nice. Another idea group. And early on we got good with military tech, although we're slightly behind right now. I didn't have any military idea groups, and so the most recent idea group I unlocked was a military idea group because I always had scads of military power I just wasn't using. So that slowed that down a little bit, and it slowed it down nicely. My third group was maritime ideas because I felt like I needed a big navy, and that's fine. It's worked out fine, except Portugal has got the best navy around, and they're our best bros. So you can see they really command trade with their light ship base. They've got by far the most heavy ships in the land, in the seas, and although our totals are higher than their totals, our force limit is higher, and our total ships is higher, a lot of that is in galleys. And the reason I built up a lot of galleys for the Med, they're cheap, but I wanted to, we're going to have war with the Ottomans at some point, and I needed a force equal to the Ottomans, and so I've focused on the galleys. And Portugal, as soon as, after we broke their alliance with France, what's left of France now, you know, we've been good with Portugal. So we've continually worked that relationship very high. In fact, Portugal, this should be just about, are we still working the relationship? We're at 190, so we've been best buds for a very long time. They're currently at war, and they've gotten so big and powerful, they don't even call us into war much very often, but they're a great ally to have in our hip pocket. So the third idea was a maritime idea, and that was nice. You know, ultimately, I could have done without it. I probably should have gone for expansion before maritime, but nevertheless, I eventually got colonists and started playing the colonial game, and we now have a number of colonial powers. Where's our view? Our country. Here we go. We have the Castilian West Indies, New Granada, Florida, and Castilian La Plata. We basically have all of South America. Here, let's just, yeah, South America, the tip of South America. Portugal has all of Portuguese Brazil. Let's see, Tapuia. Yeah, Portugal is basically South America. We have this string of islands here, the Lesser Antilles and the Windward Islands are all the Castilian West Indies. Up here, this is also Cuba is part of Castilian West Indies. And down here, centered around Panama, which I thought would be an interesting. I've never played. I don't think I've ever had Panama as a colony, but I thought it'd be an interesting play. And so all this is New Granada, New Granada. These provinces basically do their own war thing. They it looks like they just took Mariquita from the Muisca nation. Yeah, New Granada went to war with this native nation and basically, and didn't even call me in. So, yeah. Portuguese Mexico. It looks like this used to be Maya or Aztec possessions up here, and the Portuguese have been just wiping the floor with these the Aztecs, the Incas, and so forth, the Mayans. Here we have, well, that's Scottish Mexico. Oops, sorry. Brittany. This is all. Ooh, it's not Brittany anymore. USA? What? Really? This used to be part of Brittany. Province. History. Annexed by, let's see. Adopted Breton culture. New Britain. Occupied by New Brittany. Annexed by USA. Became a core of USA. November 2nd. Became a core of New Brittany. What? I don't understand what all happened here. 1647. That's weird. But that's been a long time ago. That's weird. Occupied by New Brittany. Stopped being a core of New Brittany. Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on there with that then. This was settled by Brittany, rather. Here is Florida, our Spanish Florida province, up here around the Potomac and the Chesapeake Bay, down through the Outer Banks, Cape Hatteras, the Capes, down into what is today South Carolina. So Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. The coastlines, at least, are all part of ours. And up here around Cape Cod, this is also part of Florida. Norway has settled this internal area between and taken over the Mohawk Nation. So that's what, yeah, that's what North America looks like. It's what the colonies look like. Portugal has also been very active down here through Africa. I think we have one colony, Beafada. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but the rest of these provinces were too tough for us to try to tame, and Portugal was active. They've also become active down here in South Africa, around Cape Horn. Is that right? Cape of Good Hope? I don't know. Cape Town. And Portugal has been very active in setting up trading empires throughout India. They have colonies here in Ceylon, or they used to anyway. Yeah, province in Ceylon. So that's okay. I didn't really intend for this to be a tour, but that's Portugal. Who settled Australia, I wonder? Looks like it hasn't been settled. Wasteland. Yeah. Back in the mother country. Let's see. So we vassaled New Brittany, and we've really been focused on the vassal and annex game. We finally took Liège. We took Hanot. God, I looked around for a pronunciation of this and I couldn't find it. It was a 3-province minor, and we took it. It had grown, actually. It had shrunk to 1 province, and then had won Luxembourg through war, and then Champagne through. We actually went to war with France before the war with Brittany. We went to war with France and whittled France down. And although France is not a vassal to us, they pretty much, we're protecting them, and they are only allied with Scotland other than us. We can't vassal them because they have colonial possessions. So in above Brazil, north of Brazil, they have some colonial possessions, namely Cosmopolitan Brazil and Cosmopolitan Mexico. Yeah. As soon as those break away, we'll go ahead and vassal and then annex Spain, and next year we should be annexing Brittany. We can annex Connacht, Ulster. We could do it right now. However, there's another thing that's more important to me right now. We have, let's see, some time ago we absorbed Metz and Trier. During war with, who was it? Metz? No, I'm sorry. Hesse brought us into war. We allied with Hesse, and we've been working very hard to vassal Hesse, but every time we get close to 190, a plus 190 relation, something happens and we drop. In fact, we were up to 189, and the next moment it should have ticked to 190. Instead, it ticked down to 179. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with Hesse, but Hesse went to war with Thuringia, and eventually Hesse took Saxony. But along with Thuringia, Münster joined the war. Thuringia, Mainz, and was it Brandenburg? It must have been Brandenburg, who also joined in, dogpiled. Yeah, Brandenburg. And so consequently, Hesse, I got in, Hesse called me to conflict. They started the war, called me into the conflict. The Palatinate, Pfalz, and Oberpfalz, the Palatinate was also involved. Hesse started the war and called us in. We answered the call as allies. The war went on for some time, a long time. It was going to be so late at night, and I was just sort of in the zone, and didn't want to quit, but kind of lost track of things. Hesse did something very smart. They handled this much more smartly than I would have, and so I let Hesse basically dictate the terms of the surrender. And it was we just marched our stacks of doom into war, and and easily won every battle and took these provinces. Carpet sieged all of the enemy territories. So I went in after the sieges had been almost completely won. We were at 87% war score. I went in and started messing around with negotiating my own peace agreement to see what I could come up with. And the best that I could come up with was to break off Koblenz as part of Hesse. And I thought, well, I'd rather just, I'm not being hurt by this. I don't have any unrest in my provinces. My cash flow is still positive. I'm just going to wait and see what Hesse does. So what Hesse did was, pardon me, they forged 3 different agreements. First, they cut Münster out of the war. They settled with Münster by demanding that Hannover and Osnabrück become Spanish provinces. All Hesse got was prestige and some ducats from Münster. Now, that was really surprising to me. They were also playing a long con game, it turned out, because some years later, Austria, the Holy Roman Emperor, demanded that I surrender unlawful. Where is it? It should be in my diplomacy. Yeah, unlawful territory. Now that's been ticking down. The negative aspect has been ticking down. Negative diplomacy has been ticking down for some time. But that was a bit of a hit. I had to actually give, I think, Hanover more autonomy. Yeah, I increased Hanover's autonomy quite a bit. Yeah. So, ooh, nice. Maybe we should just go through and remove all of our provinces from the HRE. I don't think it's possible that I can take over the HRE, but I'm learning about it. So the first thing Hesse did in their war was to cut Münster's 3 provinces out, give us 2 of them. I thought it was pretty cool. I was shocked when that wasn't the entire peace agreement. The second step was Hesse peaced out with the Palatinate, and the peace out was to give me Trier. Let's see if I can find the province history here. Love the province history. 1701, is that right? Yeah, 1701. I didn't demand this, but I was given it in the peace settlement. And that was courtesy of Hesse. I didn't ask for it. Hesse gave it to me. So I thought that was pretty cool, because now when I go and vassal Hainaut, I'll get contiguous borders here in these provinces, and it's pretty nice. And when Burgundy, when that personal union comes to fruition, in 11 years, I will get all the Burgundy provinces. Oh, that's going to be so good. That's going to be so very good. So Hesse had peaced out with Münster and with the Palatinate, basically by giving me these provinces. And of course I got the aggressive expansion in the deal, and I had to annex everything. So well played by Hesse. Finally, if I'm remembering right, the last thing they did was peace out with Thuringia. And the Thuringia settlement gave the Saxony province to Hesse. So now Hesse is a 4-province minor, and I would have been able to vassal, if Hesse hadn't been at war, our Diplo score was high enough that I could vassal them. So unfortunately, when they pieced out and got this province, the diplomacy we had with them immediately took a hit, and it took a long time to increase it. So that's a long story about the outcome of the war in which we joined Hesse. We got 3 provinces out of the deal, and Hesse got a province, and I thought that was very interesting. That was a lot of fun. You can see we're gradually creeping in to the HRE here, and Austria is none too happy about this. You see this big white blob? Austria got the absorption of Hungary. That thing happened, and so now Austria, all of old Hungary is part of Austria. You can see down here in Bosnia, we have, it is now Spain. We went ahead and annexed that part of Bosnia, so that's part of Spain. I didn't mention this, but in the war with Brittany, we first went to war with France and took a bunch of France, including splitting off Champagne as part of Hainaut. And then, after we had pieced out with that and kind of regrouped, we went to war almost immediately with Brittany. And our war score with Brittany was about 50%. We had taken all these provinces. We had beaten down Brittany's navy, but England and Norway had joined with Brittany. And so I began moving troops up in, basically carpet sieged all of England, and destroyed all of England's armies. These rebel-held provinces, we didn't mess with those. I did accidentally lose some troops to them, but didn't mess with them. And as part of the peace agreement with England, as part of the global peace agreement, in addition to taking a couple of Brittany's provinces, well, let me back up. I had previously taken a couple of Brittany's provinces, and this was basically we had fabricated a claim on Armor, and this was the war to take Armor and to vassalize Brittany. Well, we vassaled Brittany, and we didn't take Armor, but we went ahead and just vassaled Brittany. And part of the peace agreement was we required England give the Highlands back to Scotland. And so Scotland is, they like us now. Although it hasn't done us much good, because let's see, Scotland, oh, did that change? Scotland was vassaled to Sweden at one point. Oh. And they've broken away from that. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Scotland was beholden to Sweden. You see, they still have royal marriage and alliance with them, along with France. Oh. They were They were a junior partner in a personal union. That's what it was. And now they're not. Well, that's cool. Anyway, Scotland likes us because we returned their territory. You see the plus 31 Diplo? It was plus 40 at one point, I think, or plus 50. So that took a long time to carpet siege England, but it was pretty easy and straightforward, and all it took was time. And we were able to help Scotland out a little bit, and they like us now. Of course, England does not like us one iota. What else? Austria hates us, and we've been working to, we've got a stretch goal here, and that is if we can annex, if we can get Hesse. That's been my main focus, is trying everything I know to get Hesse to become our vassal, and they keep slipping from our grasp. But the next possibility is Brunswick. You can see Brunswick would accept vassalization if we can get our influence high enough. But you see how hard it is. We have a royal marriage. We have an alliance. We have guaranteed them. If anybody attacks them, we will defend them. We have military access. We sent them a gift, and we have the maximum influence from a gift we can get, ducats, a number of ducats. And you see we have some other pluses. We conquered a rival province, and we've improved the relations. They're almost the maximum of 100. However, there are some negative modifiers. One of them is that we annexed a member of the HRE, and that negative score is slowly downticking. The unlawful territory that was hit us from Hannover is slowly ticking down. But three things that are not ticking down are that Brunswick have a CB against us, and good night. Look at all the CB they have. Oh, they have stacks. They have Rolodexes worth of Casus Belli. Wow. We're a neighboring heretic religion. They are Protestant, and we are Catholic, and so the negative 40 score is really getting in our way, man. And finally, the border friction and their desire for our provinces. We have one last ace in our pocket, and that is we can give them subsidies, and basically those subsidies will continually improve slowly, year by year, improve their diplomacy with us. And as far as I know, there's no ceiling on that. It's just how much money can we afford to give them. So that's the kind of the ace in the pocket. But I was hoping to get our positive score up as much as possible before I go to that extent, because I don't want to be doing this forever. So Brunswick is in the next deal. Hesse, I've already done everything I know to do, man. The royal marriage, the alliance, we've guaranteed them. They're already receiving subsidies. We've improved relations to the max. We've given them a gift, but it looks like that gift has disappeared. So let's go ahead and I have a free diplomat. Let's go send them a gift. Send a gift. And we want to go to the maximum. We got the money. Let's just 125. Yeah. And that'll be 5 years of plus 25 relations. So let's send that. And now we're 20 diplo points away from being able to offer vassalage to Hesse, which I really want. I really want it, man. Oh, man. I don't want Pomerania, Münster, Mainz, Switzerland, or Bavaria to have access, unless they're going to be my buddies. So that annexed a member of the HRE, that's going to be ticking down, but too slowly, man, too slowly. We're just going to have to be patient with Hesse. The problem is, as soon as I annex another member of the HRE, that's going to be a problem. So, well, these guys, Brittany, it's too far away. They're not the HRE, so we'll be okay annexing them 1 year from now. Mainz, we've worked to improve their relations. However, the reason I declined all those military access is because they add diplo relations to us. And it took quite a while to annex Liège and then Hainaut. And it took us through 0 to negative diplo power for a couple of years. It was a very slow process to do that. Or more. Okay, that's fine. I know I can Ansbach the Hansa. Crete. Oh, let's go see Crete again. I haven't talked to them in a long time. Aachen is a vassal of Austria, so they're out of touch. Otherwise, I would be focusing on them. Munster they just hate us, man. They just hate us. And maybe someday. See, they're at war with Mainz, but I don't know that they can get to Mainz. Okay, whatever. I guess they can go through Hesse, but they can't get through Burgundy without my permission. Also, Burgundy has been a big help as we go and do these prosecutor wars. Yeah. Just keeping a check here on France, because at some point, when their subjects spin off, we won't find out about it. Let's hold off on that until we do some annexing. So Crete, where are you at, Crete? And Cyprus is now part of the Turk territory. Well, Crete, what do you say, man? You know, you see we're positive 72 and negative 80 minus 84. This is a no, but it's not a hell no. It's not a no way in hell, man. Some of them are a no way in hell. Like if we go look at Milan, you see a minus 1,030. Milan has too much tax base, more than 40 total tax base. That's a hell no. So I'm fabricating a claim down here in Liguria, and that's what this agent here, he almost got done before he was discovered. But that's our national mission, is to take Liguria, and I may just have to cancel that because that's going to be a long process. If I declare on Milan, Austria is in the war, and that's just, at some point we got to smack Austria down, but I'm not sure we're to that point yet. The Hansa. I keep wondering about the Hansa. So far that's a hell no, but it's only because of the tax base. Pomerania is an elector. Hansa. Munster is an elector. The Palatinate is an elector. And I don't know when that changes. I don't know when they suddenly become no longer the elector. Our stability took a hit, and so I'm accumulating enough Pope points to increase that back up again. Switzerland. I keep hoping one of these days Switzerland will... okay, let's recall from Brandenburg. Good. Switzerland. Pomerania and Mainz. They're an elector. I'd really like to have a positive relation with them. And let's go ahead and improve relations again. I've got another diplomat coming back. Maybe something will change here. About Holstein. Oh, they're friendly. Oh, good. Okay, now we have the claim on Liguria. Holstein. See, that's a nah, but it's not a hell nah. It's possible for this to change. And relation is what? Plus 88. Touche. Touche. I went ahead and reduced military maintenance to 0. You can see the morale has low. Really low. Holstein. I don't think I have... I think I'm maxed on relations. Holstein is not currently a relation. I'm 8 out of 8 on relations, and here's why you want to annex your vassals. It'd be lovely to just continue accumulating a whole bunch of vassals. That way there's a lot less to worry about. However, you can only have so many diplomatic relations. And so now I've got the Papal State as a vassal, and I know I can't annex them. I've tried it once, and they will just spit right back out again. Until I eliminate Austria, I think I need to keep and finish out my vassal game with the other Catholic nations. Then I need to keep the Papal State as a vassal. However, you can see that Brittany and Connacht are now vassals. Let's see. Oh man, we'll take the 10 power minus 10 for 10 years. No, we'll take the Diplo hit. Coffee and touche. Okay. So we've got to annex Connacht or Brittany or both to free up another Diplo relations spot. When Burgundy, when the personal union succeeds, knock on wood, that'll free up another Diplo spot. But that's why I only, you know, I could go after the Holstein right now, but I don't really have room to. I don't have enough room on the diplomatic table here. And Brunswick, let's see, where does Brunswick fit? Brunswick, we do have a royal marriage and an alliance, so it's sort of like pick your battles, pick your vassal candidates carefully. And you don't want to go canceling a royal marriage because that drops the stability, which is a pain to re-raise. Our heir Felipe de Trastamara, 333, decent. At least we get back +3 Diplo skills. Man, that really sucks to have a monarch with 1 Diplo skill. Whew. So that's, you know, I have some short-term goals and long-term goals. And the short-term goals are the Diplo vassal, Diplo annex game. And just, I'm really digging the whole peaceful kind of sniping countries when they're friendly with us, you know. And then working the relation game. So those are kind of the small potatoes. And, you know, I mean, working the small potatoes has led us up to, you know, big stuff here. We're a big nation. But the big potatoes here, the Ottomans and Austria, I'm going to have to deal with both of them sooner or later. And I know that's going to happen, so I've done some other things, like the Ottomans are allied with Tunis, and I've had some armies prepared, a stack prepared down here in Dahra to get ready for Tunis. Oh, I've got some more light ships. Really? When did I order light ships? I don't remember. Let's protect some trade somewhere. Don't know where. Genoa, Safi, the Caribbean, Venice, Panama. I'm not protecting Panama yet. Let's go protect Panama. I had forgotten I had those light ships there. Here's our heavy fleet. I just keep it in port until we need it. Leave it be. I'd rather have the power than the colonial independence idea, independence motif thing. This army is basically down here. It was kind of watching our back in case Portugal went hostile on us, but that's not going to happen. So, actually, yes, that was part of our invasion army of England. So we'll just go ahead and move these guys over to over here, maybe. We're going to Diplo these guys, so I don't need an army here anymore. Don't really think I need an army. I don't think I need to worry about France either. Oh, I should probably combine these into here. These two armies were there because I had a good risk of rebellion, unrest, and unrest is pretty much at an end. So let's combine these two. We'll just put them both in Hanover. And I think I have, yeah, I got plenty of supply limit in Hanover. And plenty of supply limit in Metz. Let's just combine those. Working that Diplo a little bit. All right. Well, this is. I just wanted to say this is where we're at, and I got 2 free guys. So let's improve the relation with the Palatinate a little bit. All right, and that's where we're at. And I'll be back with another update later.